Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into something I think a lot of us think about, really transforming your body, your mind, using some solid health principles.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, whether you feel like you've tried every single diet or you're maybe just starting to think about making a change, we found some really practical stuff here.
We really did. We've been looking closely at a YouTube video transcript. It's from Dan Martell called How I Got Abs in 90 Days Using Principles.
And what's pretty compelling is Dan didn't just theorize, he actually did this. He went from like 20% body fat down to 6% in 90 days.
Which is intense.
Super intense.
Yeah.
And get this, while traveling a lot. That adds a whole other challenge, right?
Totally. So our mission for this deep dive is basically to pull out those key health principles from Dan's experience, the stuff you listening right now can, start applying pretty much immediately for better results.
We want to get you that info quickly, thoroughly, but without making your head spin. Sound good?
Let's do it. Okay. Principle number 1 he talks about is it's not how much you eat, it's what you eat.
Right. This is fundamental. He breaks down nutrients really nicely. You've got your micronutrients, vitamins, minerals.
Stuff that makes you feel good, basically. Energy, mood, immunity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How will you recover? Then there are the macronutrients, protein, carbs, fats. Those are more about body composition, how you actually look.
And then there are calories, which is mostly about how much you weigh, up or down.
Precisely. And Dan makes his brilliant point. He uses the Cinnabon example, or Krispy Kreme.
Ah, yeah.
You could technically eat only those, stay under your calorie goal, and maybe even lose weight.
Right. The scale might go down.
But you'd feel absolutely dreadful because you're starving your body of those essential micronutrients. No energy, poor recovery, probably grumpy.
So the big takeaway here, if you're listening, is shifting focus. It's about nutrient density. That's a game changer for real results, not just a number on the scale.
It really makes you rethink just chasing calories, doesn't it?
Okay.
Principle 2, shift gears a bit. It's about timing. Don't eat after 6:00 p.m.
Ooh, okay. This sounds restrictive. Where did
not.
he get this one?
He credits his coach, a guy named Alan. And apparently Brian Johnson from the Blueprint also talks about this.
Interesting. What's the logic?
Well, Dan found, looking back, that most of his, let's say, bad decisions, the late night snacks, the cravings that happened after 6 p.m.
Uh-huh. Makes sense. Tiredness sets in. Willpower dips.
Exactly. So Alan's rule was just simple. Kitchens closed after 6, period.
Okay. But is there more to it than just avoiding, accidental chip binges?
Yeah, there is. It connects to your body's natural clock, the circadian rhythm.
Yeah.
Eating late can kind of mess with that. It affects digestion, sleep quality.
So stopping earlier gives your digestive system a break overnight, allowing for better rest and repair.
You got it. Better recovery. And there's a cool side benefit Dan mentioned.
Yes.
It naturally creates a fasting window, like easily 12 hours or more. If you finish dinner by 6 p.m., don't eat till breakfast at, say, 7 a.m.
That's 13 hours right there.
Yeah. And that fasting period can potentially help with things like mental clarity, tapping into fat stores. It's got benefits.
Okay, I can see the logic, but I imagine that's tough for some people, which I guess leads nicely into his third principle.
It does. Principle 3. It's easier to avoid the dry dragon than to slay it.
Okay, cryptic. What does that mean in practice? Avoid the dragon.
Ah, yeah.
Ah.
It basically means controlling your environment is way easier than constantly fighting temptation with willpower alone.
Ah, okay. So don't rely on just resisting the urge.
Exactly. Dan talks about his own past experiences, highlighting how much our surroundings dictate our choices. It takes a ton of mental energy to constantly say no.
So instead of battling the dragon of craving, just don't go near its lair.
Pretty much. Make the healthy choice the easy choice. He gives some really concrete actions.
Like what?
First, obvious one. Get the trigger foods out of your house.
Hmm.
Don't buy them. He tells this story about amazing homemade cookies someone brought over.
Oh, no.
And he knew, just knew, he couldn't have them sitting there. Had to get rid of them. It's about removing that immediate temptation.
That makes sense. Out of sight, out of mind. Somewhat. What else?
Avoid the danger zones in the supermarket. The candy aisle, the processed snack section. If you know it's a weakness, just steer your cart away.
Simple but effective. Any other tricks?
Yeah, the 20-minute rule. This is interesting. Craving hits. Eat something healthy first, like an apple, then wait 20 minutes.
And the idea is the craving might just fade or lessen.
Often, yeah. It gives you that pause, that space to make a better decision instead of reacting instantly. And finally, have good alternatives ready.
Right. Replace the bad stuff with better versions, like those protein peanut butter cups he mentioned. or cottage cheese chips.
Exactly. So the big aha for the listener is realizing how powerful your environment is and then taking active steps to shape it. Don't just rely on willpower.
That's huge. Okay, principle 4, measure what matters.
This one brings in a classic quote from Peter Drucker. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it.
Love that. So it's about tracking.
Yes, but not just weight. Dan really emphasizes measuring your food, specifically your macronutrients, protein, fats, carbs.
Why the focus on macros, not just calories?
Because while calories dictate weight gain or loss, macros really influence your body composition. How much muscle versus fat you have. They shape how you look and function.
Gotcha. So you need to know how much protein, carbs, and fat you're actually eating to hit specific goals, like building muscle or losing fat effectively.
Precisely. So his advice is very practical. Track your macro intake based on your goals. And he takes it seriously.
How seriously?
He travels with a food scale and a body weight scale.
Wow, okay. Dedication.
Yeah. Weigh yourself first thing, track your food portions accurately, and he suggests meal planning.
To reduce decision fatigue. Like if you already know what you're eating.
You're way less likely to grab something off plan just because it's easy or you're stressed. It provides structure.
So for listeners, this principle is about bringing data into it, getting specific, tracking accurately, planning ahead. It removes guesswork.
Exactly. It empowers you to make informed choices. Okay, let's move to principle 5. Aim for hypertrophy.
Hypertrophy. Okay, fancy word for...
Building muscle. Increasing the size of your muscle cells.
Right. And Dan says he used to think it was all about just losing fat.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah.
But then he realized building muscle is absolutely critical, not just for looks, but for health.
How so?
He brings up sarcopenia. That's the muscle loss that happens naturally as we age.
Oh, right, which makes older people more prone to falls, injuries.
Exactly. So maintaining or even building muscle mass as you get older is crucial for strength, stability, resilience. Dan puts it kind of bluntly. It helps you be hard to kill.
I like that framing. It's about long-term quality of life.
Totally. And there's another big benefit to muscle.
Metabolism.
Bingo. Muscle tissue burns more calories at rest than fat tissue does.
Yeah.
So the more muscle you have...
The more calories you burn just existing, which means maybe you can eat a little bit more without gaining fat?
That's the idea. He jokes about it, but it's true. Building muscle is an investment in your metabolism and your long-term health.
Okay, so building muscle is important, which leads us perfectly to principle 6. Lift the same, look the same.
This is another gem, apparently from his trainer, Alan. It's so simple but profound.
If your workouts aren't getting harder, your body isn't going to change much.
Pretty much. You see people in the gym week after week lifting the exact same weights for the same number of reps. They're putting in time, but they're not progressing.
So you need to challenge your muscles more over time.
Yes, that's the core concept. Progressive overload. You need to gradually increase the demand.
How do you do that? Just lift heavier.
That's one way. Or you could do more repetitions with the same weight, or more sets, or decrease rest time. Basically, increase the overall volume or intensity over time.
But Dan adds a word of caution, right? About safety.
Absolutely crucial. You have to do this gradually and safely. Focus on good form. Don't just ego lift and try to jump up in weight too fast.
Because getting injured is like the biggest setback you can have.
Exactly. Injury halts progress completely. So the takeaway is consistently and safely push yourself a little bit more over time. That's how you actually stimulate that muscle growth we just talked about.
It connects principle 5 and 6 perfectly. Okay, principle 7 tackles something I know trips people up. Travel with your food.
Oh yeah, the classic, I was doing great until I went on vacation work trip.
Right. But Dan argues it's totally manageable. He even says he came back leaner from trips to places like Australia and Bali.
Which sounds impressive. His secret seems to be meticulous preparation.
So what are his strategies? Does he pack like a suitcase full of chicken breast?
Not quite.
Yeah.
His first tip is really clever. Before you go, contact local gyms at your destination.
Gyms? Why gyms?
Especially gyms known for bodybuilding or serious fitness. They often know about or work with local meal prep companies. Companies that make healthy meals tailored to specific needs.
Exactly. You can often order ahead online, specify your macros, how much protein, carbs, fat you need, and have them delivered right to your hotel or Airbnb.
That takes care of lunch and dinner, maybe.
That's the idea. Then, for accommodation, book places with a fridge and ask for a microwave and cutlery if possible.
So you can handle breakfast yourself, maybe some snacks. Right. Keep it simple in the room. And when eating out is unavoidable, he says prioritize protein. Look for sides, grilled chicken, fish, steak, and just order those if needed.
So the message is, with some planning, travel doesn't have to derail everything. It's possible to stay on track.
Definitely possible. It just requires forethought. Okay, principle 8. This one's short and sweet. Don't drink your calories.
Ah, the liquid calories. Sneaky things.
So sneaky. Sugary sodas, energy drinks, fancy coffees, even a lot of fruit juices. Dan realized, looking back at his early days, how much these were adding up without him even noticing.
And the problem is they don't really fill you up, do they?
Not at all. You can down hundreds of calories in a drink and still feel hungry. Plus, they often lead to energy crashes later.
And hidden sugars are everywhere in drinks, even stuff marketed as healthy.
Oh, yeah. And don't get him started on diet drinks. The artificial stuff might have its own issues. His advice is super simple.
Stick to water, black coffee, tea.
Pretty much. Be really mindful of what you're drinking. Those liquid calories can sabotage your efforts without you even realizing it.
Good reminder. Okay, Principle 9 flows nicely from that. Drown yourself in water.
He doesn't literally mean drown, obviously, but he emphasizes just how common chronic dehydration is.
And that it causes more problems than just feeling thirsty.
Way more. Fatigue, increased cravings, sometimes thirst masquerades as hunger, poor recovery from exercise, even extra strain on your heart.
Wow. So what's his actionable tip here?
It's very specific. Drink 1 full liter of water within the first hour of waking up.
A whole liter. Right away.
Yep. He suggests maybe adding a squeeze of lemon, a pinch of salt for electrolytes. The logic is you lose water just by breathing overnight, so you wake up depleted.
Replenish first thing. Makes sense.
And his general guideline is to aim for clear urine by noon. That's usually a decent sign you're getting enough fluids in the first half of the day.
Simple, actionable advice. Just drink more water, especially early on.
Fundamentally important for everything else to work well. Okay, principle 10. Load up on protein.
We touched on protein with macros, but this is about really prioritizing it.
Big time. Dan uses the phrase overdose on protein. Not literally dangerous, but meaning make it a major focus, maybe even eat more than you think you need.
Why the heavy emphasis?
Well, we know protein is key for muscle repair and growth, but it's also the most satiating macronutrient. It helps you feel fuller for longer.
Which can help manage overall calorie intake. Practical tips for getting more, especially when eating out.
Yeah, he has some good ones. Go straight to the add-ons or sides section of the menu. Look for grilled chicken, tuna, shrimp, extra eggs.
And just order those, even if it feels weird.
He says yes. Don't be afraid to order like 2 side portions of chicken breast as your meal. He has this great quote, something like, "You have to be willing to be misunderstood to get results."
I like that. Be willing to look a bit odd to the waiter if it means hitting your goals.
Exactly. And for on the go, he suggests things like pre-cooked chicken, steak, fish, hard-boiled eggs. Just watch the sodium on things like jerky.
And prioritize eating the protein part of your meal first.
That's a good strategy too. Fill up on the protein. And maybe ask for it cooked simply, no extra oil, salt, or heavy seasonings if you're tracking closely.
Make protein the star. Got it. Okay, last one. Principle 11. Prioritize your sleep.
And this isn't just about getting some sleep. Dan reframes it. He calls it reconstruction.
Reconstruction, meaning it's not just passive rest.
Exactly. It's an active period where your body and mind do crucial repair work. Recovering from workouts, consolidating memories, regulating hormones, all that happens during sleep.
He shares his own schedule, right? Pretty early bedtime.
Yeah, he aims for bed by like 8:30 or 9:00 p.m., waking up around 4:00 a.m. He emphasizes setting a bedtime alarm.
Not just a wake-up alarm, but one telling you it's time to wind down.
Yes, because it's easy to let the evening slip away. He quotes his dad saying, "Nothing productive happens after 11:00 p.m." Maybe true for many people.
Huh. Probably true for health goals anyway. What's the key physiological reason sleep is so important for results?
Growth hormone. Its release peaks during deep sleep. This hormone is vital for muscle repair and growth. So if you're killing it in the gym and eating right,
But shortchanging your sleep, you're undermining your results.
massively. You won't recover properly, won't build muscle as effectively. And beyond the physical, he links good sleep to just being a better human, more present, patient, supportive for family and friends.
It really underpins everything else, doesn't it? Physical health, mental well-being.
It truly does. It's foundational.
So, wrapping this up, These 11 principles, they seem pretty comprehensive if you actually apply them consistently.
The potential for significant change is definitely there. Change in how you look, yes, but maybe more importantly, how you feel, your energy, your resilience.
And that was our goal with this deep dive, to pull out that actionable stuff for you, the listener, in a clear, efficient way. Cut through the noise.
Which kind of leads us to a final thought for you to ponder. Think about this. Could prioritizing your own health, maybe starting with just one of these principles,
Just one to begin with.
could that actually be the most important, maybe even the most generous thing you do, not just for yourself, but for the people you care about, the people who rely on you?
That's a powerful thought. Which principle resonated most? What's one small step you could take starting today or tomorrow? Something to really think about.